Hey people, Cheryl Hutchings here. Suit up, show up, rise up. I'm at my acupuncturist office getting ready to have some acupuncture therapy, and we usually work pretty hard on the ears. So that's where, can I say her name?
Kristen, yeah.
Kristen, here she is,
Hi.
who's amazing, is going to start on my ears today. So I'm going to close my eyes and just hold the camera up while you watch how this works.
Okay. We're going to help support her lung and her breast and her liver. And so I'm going to put some acupuncture needles in areas that correspond to the breast area. I use this little tube, pokes it right in, and there's the needle there in the breast area. I'm going to add a couple there. Little pokes. One for the liver. And one for the lung.
And it does not hurt at all. I actually like the feeling of the needles. I know a lot of people say, ooh, doesn't that hurt? And it does not. There are a few times in other parts of the body where we're working pretty hard. Sometimes I'll feel some intensity, but in the ears, not at all. I actually enjoy it.
I'm going to add one for her spirit a little bit. You can see each needle is independent and open from a closed container. When we're done with them, I put them in a sharps container and they are recycled. Let's do something for your stomach as well. There we go. Okay, good. I like to do both sides. Really supporting the lung and the liver. Good.
And that last one, I could feel it move all the way down to my ankle.
Good job.
And next she's working on my legs. There's some spots in the legs that correspond to the boob, or the breast, however PC you need to be about it. And sometimes in the thigh, that's where I can really feel the intensity. So I'm just gonna keep the camera up here. I'm gonna show you my thighs in acupuncture. The idea, if I'm correct with acupuncture, is to get things moving, especially stuck stuff. And there's meridians in the body, which I know a tiny bit about, but it helps to move energy through those meridians. And I think I have a lot of stuck stuff.
Absolutely. So one of the biggest things I'm trying to do is move blood. Move chi and blood.
And chi is energy.
Chi is energy. Blood is blood. And yes, I use either a meridian system, which is a map of how the energy of the body moves. In Chinese medicine, we do not believe that the movement of chi is random. It has an organized movement, and it flows within spaces of the body, and those spaces we organize in meridian systems. This leg area corresponds to the breast and the lung area.
Oh yeah.
And they're strong. It's true. The strength usually comes and goes. So any sensation that Cheryl's feeling usually dissipates quickly, and that's very common with acupuncture. It might feel strong initially, but then we expect that to shift very quickly.
And like anything I have encountered in life that has strong sensation, taking those deep breaths and then letting it go instead of holding on to it. Before I learned about the breath, I would hold my breath and hold on to the pain, and now I've learned how to take the deep breath and release it. Next we're working on, I think,
I'm going to add
the
a couple
feet.
into her feet for the liver, for very specifically the liver, and then I'm going to do a little more work on the wrist for the lung. I use the pulse to also tell me what organs seem to be deficient or which organs need the most help. And so I'll feel the pulse, and then I'll add a couple acupuncture needles in a corresponding organ, and I go back and feel the pulse and see if it's better. And yes, I'm feeling an improvement in a pulse that governs the movement of blood through the chest. And with Cheryl, we want to move that through the chest. We need healing in her chest. Yeah, good. It's a lot better, actually.
Good. Another bit of information I got from the nutritionist from the Block Center is that my blood is sticky, and I don't fully understand what that means yet. I'm still doing my research, but I just know that sticky blood is not a good thing, because that means it's not moving as efficiently as possible through my body.
In Chinese medicine, we call sticky blood blood stagnation. And how we look at it is that the energy that's within the blood has not been invigorating enough to move the blood. And often how they find somebody has sticky blood is they take a vial of blood and they take it down to the lab to analyze it. And often if people's blood is sticky, by the time they have made it to the lab, it's already starting to congeal. And that may be how they found yours.
And so any of you watching who have health situations, my best suggestion is to reach as far and wide as possible to collect as much information about your specific body so you can find the best path for healing. One of my sources of contention through my journey, and actually through Greg's, is so often people are put into the same square box based on some symptoms and put into the same square box of treatment. And everybody is so different. You know, your life experiences, your lifestyle, the things you've encountered in your life, health history, so many things. And that is one of the things that I really liked about the Block Center is there was a 14-page questionnaire. I met with a social worker, a nutritionist, 2 different oncologists, and it was about all the parts of me in the healing process, not just rogue cancer cells in a particular spot in my body. It was how to move toward healing through my mind, my body, my spirit, my physical energy, nutrition, and that really resonates with me. So we're on a different track now, and I'm feeling positive about that, even though I have some information that's, you know, it's challenging, frustrating, but knowing what I know now, we have a little more to work with instead of throwing darts in the dark. I feel heat on my wrist now. Can you tell them what you're doing now?
So what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit of what's called moxibustion, which is an herb that's been compressed. Here, I'll show you the camera. It's been compressed into a stick. I don't touch the body with this. I just put it over. So here's the stick. It's been compressed. You can see the hot coil on the top. I don't touch your skin with this, it would burn, but I'm putting it really close to a point that helps move blood through the chest, and that's right here on the wrist. And I'm doing it on the left side, not on the side where her cancer is, but the left side, which is also the heart side. I want to help the heart move the blood better. And so I just like I'm showing you on myself, I just have it about an inch or so away. It feels warm, and it's there to help warm and invigorate the channels, but also help strengthen the heart so that it can pump the blood better. And it probably feels warm on that side of the body now too. And also it's freezing cold here in Michigan, so we're gonna make sure she's staying warm enough. I'm gonna put a little bit on your feet as well to help. It feels good. We're all real cold here, so.
It feels good and it smells good.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that Dr. Block talked to me about, along with the nutritionist this week, is really working to manage stress levels, parasympathetic state, you know, and it's incredibly challenging when you're on a cancer journey and you're dealing with lots of doctor's appointments, which going into hospitals is a major trigger for me. Seeing the phone call come in is a major trigger. Going to have another test is a major trigger. And I know this is the life that I live now. So learning to put tools in my toolbox for keeping that trigger switch off so that my stress level does not spike, which means cortisol, which means danger. So acupuncture is another way to get to that parasympathetic state, that deep relaxation. I know I've talked to you before about floating, that sensory deprivation tank. That's another way. Exercise, being in nature, massage, doing things that make you feel good. For me, it's my incessant need to go dancing and listen to loud music, whatever it is. Finding things that reduce your stress are huge, whether you're on a healing journey or not. Just staying in that parasympathetic state as much as possible is something that can do your mind, body, and soul a lot of good.
And Cheryl, acupuncture is a great access for that. No matter what somebody comes in there that I'm treating, they always leave feeling relaxed.
I never want to get off the table and go back to the real world. And it's the same feeling that I get in Shavasana and yoga or in meditation when I really shut my mind off and get to a good place during meditation. It's that same feeling, and I just want to linger there forever. But it does give me energy and peace to go back into the real world with some calm and some less monkey mind. That is one of the things that I struggle with, is the monkey mind. And so doing these kind of things helps knock those effing monkeys off my shoulder.
Right.